In Chapter 4 of Jane Austen's Sense and Sensibility, Elinor and Marianne disagree about Edward. Their dispute begins when Marianne, dramatic as always, decides that Edward has no taste for drawing. He doesn't react to art with rapture as she does. Elinor defends Edward as intelligent but shy. He loves books and has a lively imagination and good taste. I know him so well, she says, that I think him really handsome. Yet Elinor blushes at Marianne's assumption that she loves Edward. When Elinor admits that she esteems Edward, Marianne, who always speaks her mind passionately, replies indignantly that Elinor is cold-hearted. Her older sister laughs, saying, "My own feelings are stronger than I have declared." But she reminds Marianne that Edward is far from being independent, and he may need to marry into wealth. Elinor acknowledges that she doesn't know what Edward feels for her, perhaps no more than friendship. Elinor, prone to overthinking her relationship with Edward, analyzes scenes with him, parsing them for evidence that he may have feelings for her. She reminds herself, and Marianne, that there are other points to be considered, such as the idea that Mrs. Ferrars wants her son to marry well. But Marianne lets her feelings sweep her away. Through the characters of Elinor and Marianne, readers can trace the novel's titular theme of sense, reason, and sensibility, emotion. Meanwhile, Fanny picks a fight with Mrs. Dashwood, hinting that Elinor is trying to draw Edward in. A letter arrives for Mrs. Dashwood. A wealthy cousin, Sir John Middleton, has offered the Dashwoods a lovely cottage on his Devonshire estate, and on affordable terms. The timing is perfect for Mrs. Dashwood, who is tired of the misery of being Fanny's guest and the target of her paranoid accusations. Elinor agrees that the solution is wise, though she regrets being parted from Edward. In Chapter 5 of Sense and Sensibility, Mrs. Dashwood announces their move and invites John and Fanny, and of course Edward, to visit them in Devonshire. John, in a typically selfish remark, responds that the distance will prevent his being of any service to her in removing her furniture. Mrs. Dashwood hurries the preparations along, following Elinor's advice to sell the carriage, since they no longer have horses, and hire a modest 3 servants. John will provide only minimal financial help. Within weeks, the cottage is ready, and the Dashwoods cry when leaving their beloved home. Marianne's grief over leaving Norland Park is about more than just a house. Her childhood home represented security and family. Leaving it means she's entering a new and unknowable phase of her life. She wonders when she will learn to feel a home elsewhere, expressing insecurity about her future.